The US Embassy released an official statement regarding the MCC agreement today.
The statement says, quote, consistent with the Millennium Challenge Cooperation's worldwide policy in all partner countries, once the grant assistance agreement is signed, the government of Sri Lanka will send it to Parliament for approval. Inasmuch Parliament will have ample opportunity to review the grant assistance agreement, unquote. It further adds, quote, during the review period, the government of Sri Lanka will develop plans to implement the grant assistance agreement and design projects to improve transportation and land administration. This grant assistance agreement will directly benefit over 11 million Sri Lankans and meaningfully stimulate economic growth, unquote. The statement also affirms that parliamentary review and approval are required by MCC to ensure the grant assistance agreement has the support of the government and the people. However, Attorney at Law Darshana Vereduwage today filed a fundamental rights application with the Supreme Court seeking an interim injunction preventing the signing of the controversial agreements known as MCC, AXA and SOFA. The Attorney General was named as the first respondent of the application, followed by the President, the Prime Minister, the Foreign Minister and the Finance Minister. The petition notes signing such agreements in the absence of parliamentary approval will be detrimental to national security and the unitary state of the country.
Millennium Challenge gives.
If the government signs the MCC agreement, an economic corridor that will divide our country will be constructed from Colombo to Trincomalee. US companies will own this economic corridor. For years, the US government struggled to achieve this. On the 17th of November, Gotabaya Rajapaksa will be elected as the president of this country. Whatever that needs to be discussed can be discussed with the new government. We will not consider this agreement. We warn the US government. We will throw away this agreement.
American
They are planning to sign the MCC agreement and give away 2.9 million acres of land to the US government. In return, the US government is giving us $480 million. This 2.9 acres of land will include several important and sacred places. We met President Sirisena today. We told him that this government will only remain in power for another 2 weeks and therefore do not allow them to proceed with this agreement. If this agreement is signed, we are all doomed. This was the response from the ruling party, who introduced the practice of selling land. They gave away the land belonging to the military headquarters. Then the neighboring property was given to India. 10 acres at Slave Island was given to Tata free of charge. Then the neighboring property was given to Pakistan. The former regime gave away properties to other countries free of charge, and we know very well what happened to all the money that they received from these transactions. They gave dansals at temple trees from the alcohol they purchased from these funds. They constructed a racing area inside Port City and intended to sell it off outright to foreigners. I make this very clear. We have not sold outright any inch of land to foreigners. Back in 2015, it was our government that changed the agreement to sell outright 500 acres of land to a 95-year lease agreement. Those who entered into such agreements now speak of patriotism. Where are the families of these so-called patriots? Gamman Pilla's wife and children are in Australia. Basil Rajapaksa's wife, son and dog is in the United States of America.
Australia, Basilui, Nonai, Kollai, Sierra, Ballai, Koeda, America.
Trading allegations between political parties is nothing new, and while the insults are hurled, the nation is sold. That is the bitter truth. As for the MCC, even a child would understand that nobody wants it except for a handful of politicians. The people watch helplessly as our most valuable assets are sold by some thieves who have divided themselves into 2 or 3 parties. To allow another nation's embassy or high commission to think that Sri Lanka is for sale is a disgrace. The only thing that is definitely for sale are our politicians.